ain't coming back. Yeah, that's a fact.
Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Saints and the Commanders under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Washington Commanders. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
What now?
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Again, it's Kamara. No, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Yeah, he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Here now a third down and 8. To throw, it's Carr. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a first down. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
Emmanuel Forbes up from the secondary to make the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing now is Carr. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 8th play in this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Carr going to throw. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Off the top, and it's a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Carr to throw again. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson from 13 yards out. And the Saints are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Stevenson now is going to bring this out. The lane opens here. He's past the 30, and he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave it with a second and just a few inches left. Here's Lance. And that'll be complete to Stevenson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. It's a room to maneuver. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready?
They'll go again with Hall. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Lance now on first down. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Colin Johnson with an amazing diving catch. And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 7-7, our score after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they've got it as we resume action. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
That's taken in by Watson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Carr now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Carr's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Now a play fake. Carr. He completes it to Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 42 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius. That's caught at the 25. Oh, timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And Lance going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Strike. Check. Strike.
Throwing now is Lance. Buying time to his left. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
They'll run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
A quick hit, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Taken right around the 44. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. The Washington offense back out there. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come in with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Right.
Lance now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game, so you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
A give running right is Hall. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Washington. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Now Thomas will come in motion right.
And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand to Kamara. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30. 6-yard return after a punt of 48.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. On 1st down, Lance
being chased out left.
That one complete downfield to Johnson.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 33 yards that time.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Lance to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go save pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Chase Young
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So we've come upon halftime.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. Let's start the drive right around the 37. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Lance to throw on 2nd down here.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
He finds his man complete. That's Stevenson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Again, it's Lance.
And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Ready?
Give to Hall running right.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
3rd and 4.
Hey, go Fury. Ready.
And Lance now to throw.
Rolling to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
To throw, it's Lance.
And he rifles one incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Red, cycle. Check, smash. Set.
Lance looking to throw it.
Forced out to his left. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll look to run with Hall. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Breece Hall
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here to their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Benjamin St. Juice there on the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime makes had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now Carr. That is caught. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Carr. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. Touchdown! Foster Moreau, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter, as the kick is away here. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Now the Washington offense heading out. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now Lance. Dancing to his left. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Stevenson. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Straight ahead is Hall.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Black Ultra. Hey, check Mega. Stick. Mega.
Here's Lance.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Red, yellow, steel, black. Set, cut.
Looking to throw. Lance. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Ready, ready. Strike, check, strike. Ready?
Lance and company going on 4th down.
Buying time to...
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Colin Johnson.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Now Carr,
able to get away. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Breece Hall.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
A Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:44 to go. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Carr to throw.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's Carr.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Carr. He completes it to Olave.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Rosas now to end the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders, and they are going to win this football game.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Lance back to throw.
He's going to let it go again. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
You talk about rookies having big statistical years. He had a boatload of these in the regular season, more than 1 per game, and now he has his first here in the playoffs.
And it shows off his big playability, too, because we saw this quite a bit in college, and it certainly continued here at the next level. Another explosive play for a guy who's made them all season long.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing his Carr. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Throwing his car on third down. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's going to let it fly.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lenya, a little extra on top.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
The Commanders are moving on as we say goodnight, everybody.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.